I feel like we have not updated in weeks now because we're so busy with Rhonda and Brandy. But yes, we have been working nonstop still. And we're just going to update about a couple things going on in the shop. We've got cars kind of getting to completion and moving in and out. Today specifically, we are going to move this beauty here, this 67, over to the lift, and we're going to do full install on suspension front and back. We've got a curry rear end going in it, so we're going to take care of that. We're buttoning up some odds and ends on the 71. We've got the Dubai Mustang. We showed delivery of it, but we've done some other stuff to it. I mean, it's got TCI suspension in it now. We've done some body stuff. We're doing a really cool front clip on it, which I feel like when Briar gets back, we'll have him talk about that too, because I feel like he's going to describe it different than I will. I'll describe it as I asked Briar to do this cool thing, and it's super simple, and he'll describe it.
But it's really hard.
But it's going to look amazing, though. But yeah, so we have that. We've got another 67 coming in next week, a Lincoln coming in next week, and we have a super amazing project that's coming in at the end of April that I'm really, really excited about. So we got to get through some shit. So yeah, so today, this one right now.
That was ridiculous.
The production value around here,
Tape that one on there.
it's low because we only have one mic, so we gotta.
No, not the mic.
Yeah, love to talk about how many hours you put into stuff.
Listen, if I accounted every hour that I put into everything, no one would afford to come here.
I don't think hours matter.
No, I think it's.
I think skill and.
But I'm
did you get
talking
the job
like
done?
You need this impossible part that doesn't exist, yet I need to find it. Let me just source that for you for the next 5 days. Oh, you need the whole car built on paper before we start, with every part number, every price, every shipping, what
Yeah,
it's
but
going to
you should
look
just be able to
like.
quote that out really quick.
So quick. Like, I feel like I'm on the news, like we're out in the field. We're going to talk about this
Hearing
great
real stories from real.
Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Where John Cena comes out. Oh, shit.
Well, you wouldn't be able to see him because it's John Cena. Okay, so this is what happened. We started this project. We showed you guys this project like a while ago. What we failed to mention is that this car is going to Dubai, so everything that he wants done to it that would be fiberglass, we have to make out of metal. So I basically came to Briar and I said, I want a GT500 front clip, not out of fiberglass. And you were...
I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Sounds good.
Yeah, so here's the start of it, which looks incredible. You want to talk a little bit about
Sure.
that?
Yeah, I'll take this
there
from
you. Okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot of R&D put into this thing. I based it off of this, I guess it's a fiberglass buck, you could call it. And it's made out of multiple pieces because there are some wild angles of the dangles in there. But I think it turned out pretty good so far. I'd say we're off to a good start.
What's been the hardest part?
The whole thing. I would say this inside part because there's like things going this way, you're going that way. There's just a lot of radius and a lot of shape in the whole thing. But I'm stoked on it.
I feel like the biggest problem is when I tell you that I want to do these things, you don't actually ever say no.
No, why would you? You get better when you don't say no.
Yeah, so I mean, I haven't seen anyone do this before, but basically, if you know anything about those cars, stock, this would all be fiberglass. So it's not just the bucket. It's the bucket, the rock guard, the valance, the whole thing is fiberglass. The bucket is extended out. So if you're wondering why we couldn't use just regular metal buckets, this whole section is completely, well, the whole thing is completely different. But it's extended quite a bit from a stock setup. The hood is also that way. Now, the hood usually would be fiberglass on those cars too. This is a metal version of that, which a lot of people don't know exists, but it does. But we're actually going to correct it a little bit because I would like this to look more aesthetically pleasing, because that's what I do. So that will all be metal. Everything else on the car that we do will also be metal because we don't do fiberglass around here.
No, and it's way too hot over there.
Yeah. Before all the keyboard guys come out here, yes, we are aware of that. I'm talking specifically the difference when we're doing something that's like a GT 500, where these components would be fiberglass. You cannot order them in metal or pop metal or anything like that.
Because there's only one Briar.
Because there's only one of these guys. So yeah, so that's the newest headache that I have given him, and you're doing great though.
Yeah, I think we're doing good.
So we'll circle back to this update, and Hunter and I are gonna go put suspension in, which is not as exciting, but.
It wants to stay.
Thank you. It's about keeping morale. Got you an ice cream sandwich.
This is that tedious stuff no one talks about.
It's the stuff no one wants to see on camera because it's boring. Let's put a bunch of hardware together, you know?
And read the suggestive drawings.
Just look at the pictures real quick. You're like, oh, it's enough washers. Perfect. Like, why? It's like
Making
these
your
people are
OCD
testing
going
my
crazy.
OCD. It's fine. It's fine. I'm doing really bad today. Hold on. Please hold. Please hold. This guy. You taking off early today?
You know what? I'm sick of your attitude.
There you go. What are you up to?
We are still on this job. But then I realized, like, as much as I hate tutorials, I don't like doing tutorials, I figured I'd just walk you guys through it real fast if you're installing a kit like this. So basically, come in here. And every kit's going to be a little bit different, right? This is a QA1 kit, so we'll talk about how to do this one. But you're going to have some variables pending brand and style of kits, so just keep in mind some of these things will be not exact, so read the directions if you're not someone that does this all the time. But basically, we're going to blow out everything that you have in their stock. That's a whole nother thing. And then basically, from there, you're going to have lower control arm. That's going to go in. It's pretty simple to figure out which direction this one is going to go in, because this would be where the strut rod would have been stock, right? So that goes whoop, out there. Another thing, this little rod, it connects to the spindle. Make sure that is pointed up. That is the only way that that will go in. opposite upper control arm, rod goes down, right, for the spindle. So that on this kit, they're real fancy. They give you the template for it. But on this, we had to drill different holes for this upper control arm. Not all of the kits are going to have that, but this one does. So when that goes in, I don't know if you can see it over there, but if you can, again, opposite rod down for this. Spindle, which is over there, that will pop into here. That goes in. We're going to install the sway bar. I see them put in upside down all the time. And then from here, we are going to do the coilover setup, which will go up in here. Whoop. And we'll show that real quick. But yeah, generally simple, pretty straightforward. Yeah, I like this kit a lot though. This one's like really straightforward. Yeah.
Looks fancy.
Yeah, it looks very fancy. I mean, aside from the fact that I'm going to change that so that that's facing the right way because my OCD will never allow that. It's a real Cliff Notes installation explanation. If you're looking for something more in depth, you probably won't get that on this page from me because, again, I don't do tutorials, but there you go.
Oh, you got that stuff down there. They are.
Yeah. So they look, just got the age. View of them, one there, one there.
I should have put my chair higher so I had more height. I can hear that over there. We're doing it very dainty today, very feminine.
Trying the modeling thing for a long time.
Sure, weren't we all? Everyone always wonders about the nails, but it's the boobs.
What is it?
I said everyone wonders that my nails are in the way, but my boobs get in the way tomorrow. Cheese Whiz is her favorite out at the wineries.
What is?
Cheese Whiz. It's like a cover band, but
Oh,
she does
I know.
not miss a show. Now I'm trying to picture Ernie dancing, but the only dancing I can picture him doing is like holding a lady kind of dancing.
Sure.
What kind of dancing?
Like holding a lady like this.
Like at a wedding.
No, but like at an 80s dive bar in
I just don't.
Levi's
Yeah.
that you can't sit down in.
How to be in my own domain.
So don't follow the stickers.
No, I mean, I'll forgive them, but if they're watching, who's ever installing the stickers, gotta get on that person. Katie here, and then this will go there, like that. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Yeah, so we kind of had to get a move on this job, so I'm just going to walk you guys through it so you can see it because we had to chop. But basically, from what we did in the front, we came in, we put the chassis supports in. These are bolted up right now. We're probably going to end up welding all of that in, though, because I like things that are welded in for structural. As far as the back, we have a 4-link setup going on. You'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, coilover, rear sway bar. We put a Curry rear end in it because we like Curry rear ends. And then on this kit, you'll see up here, hopefully, you can see this whole cradle up here that's holding everything. That's also from QA1. And it's pretty snazzy. It fits really, really well in this car. So, yeah, I think that's it. That's the simple, again, Cliff Notes version of here's your 4-link setup in the back. And that's it. And now I got to move on to the next car.